Attention all aspiring tycoons. Are you tired of living the life as a small-time criminal in Grand Theft Auto Online? Do you dream of owning the finest cars, properties, and living the life of luxury? Look no further, because in this video, we will reveal the secrets to getting rich in GTA Online. From smart investments to daring heists, we'll show you the quickest and most effective ways to build your fortune in our $0 to $10 million challenge. So sit back, grab your controller, and get ready to learn the tricks of the trade. It's time to make your mark and become a multi-millionaire in GTA Online. Hi and welcome back. My name's Dan and I'm an old grumpy gamer. This is the first in our 4-part series on how to go from a brand new $0 account in GTA Online to $10 million in 2 weekends. That's 4 days of actual gameplay. If you're not sure what's going on or this is your first time to Old Grumpy Gamers, firstly, hi. It might be worth checking out the playlist linked in the description and the pinned comment. That'll bring you right up to speed so you don't miss out on anything important. In our last video, we went through the details of what this series is about and how you can enter to win the fully loaded, clean $10 million account your own self. So give that a quick watch if you've not done so already. Link is in the description below. Rightio, we're starting with a brand new account this time round. So I've jumped onto oldgrumpygamers.com, gone to offers and picked up a global PC key for GTA Online. Now I accidentally grabbed the criminal enterprise starter pack, so we'll be sure to quarantine the money, weapons, vehicles and businesses that come with it so we don't taint the outcome. I've created a new user on the Rockstar Social Club, linked to a brand new email account through Proton and logged in. Now this is day 1, so the focus for today is going to be getting through the game intro, creating your GTA Online character, completing the tutorials, and working through a bunch of challenges, which will have you sorting a few things, ranking your character up, dramatically improving your shooting stats, getting some of the more annoying intros out of the way, getting to know the map, acquiring a few of the rare weapons, setting a good, useful car as your primary vehicle, and bringing your bank balance to north of 1.1 million. In addition, this will give you a solid overview of the mechanics, where to find things, what can be done, and how some of the finer points of the game work, all of which form a good foundation for the rest of our double weekend Grand Theft Auto extravaganza. This also means day 1 has the most variety of activities and thus the most detail. So apologies in advance for the length of this video. The rest of the series will be significantly shorter. Anyway, sadly, we can't skip the prologue in the PC version of GTA. So we'll quickly rip through that, and for the sake of ease later, doing the repossession mission will help too. And now we're at the point where we can load into GTA Online for the first time. So let's load in for the first time and start building our first character. Now I did spend a little more time faffing about with his appearance than I should have here, because we're only keeping him for about a day and a half, and then he's out on his ass. Okay, so that's done, and we're not going to skip the tutorial, so we can sit back and watch the intro.
What that shit do, you big old pimp, you?
Never get sick of this. Even on a laptop with all the settings turned down, this game is gorgeous. Right, so we have control of our character. Now let's head over to the Corona and start the first race. Going for a surge because the electric vehicles have much better torque and acceleration, plus it corners quite well. So, through the chute.
Ain't no shame in coming second, dog. Somebody gotta do it.
Okay. And that's a pretty convincing win, although Lamar is only in an Emperor, which is a great 80s aesthetic, but also moves about as quick as a horse and cart.
A bitch ain't got no time for this shit.
And a quick cutscene.
My boy Gerald G, he looking for somebody low-key right now, and to be 1,000 with you, I'm thinking you.
And time for our first assignment. So, jump in the car and follow the GPS and pull up just out the front of the alleyway. Jump out, grab some cover, and then pop one of the dealer's cards. Then run back to the car and jump in, and we're chasing the green dot. Wait until you have him caught in traffic, then line up a plum shot, collect the gear, and then head back to Gerald, and we'll take this opportunity to swap into an invite-only session too. Right, that's out of the way, some peace and quiet, and mercifully no spam. Next thing, Lamar will pester us to buy some clothes.
Got you some bread? What you need to do is go get you some motherfucking gear, because you bummy as fuck.
I mean, it's alright, like...
So, off to the nearest clothing store, and we're just going to go in and buy the cheapest thing we can find. These slate janitor frame glasses for less than 100 will do the job nicely. A few minutes after that, Lamar will give us a bell and suggest we knock over a convenience store. So, let's fire that job up. Just pop the phone, and you'll see it in the invitation list. That'll give us another marker, Head over, threaten the clerk, and don't worry about that microphone prompt, that's rubbish. And once they've dropped the cash, pop them. Collect the cash, then run around the counter and empty the registers too. Just shoot the cash tray for an extra few bob, and then get the heck out of Dodge. Once you're clear-ish, deposit your cash so you're not carrying anything that can be lost, dropped, or robbed, and that's the bare minimum out of the way. Now, with any luck, Simeon will give us a call in a few moments. And there it is.
Hello, my friend Lamar told me to call you.
Now we can go fetch your car. Now, I know we're doing this solo, but I do prefer to run a 4-door where practical. So in that case, I'm looking for, in order of preference, an Ocelot Jackal, an Obey Tailgater, Benefactor Shafter, or a Lampadati Felon. And there's links to the list in the description below. So, why these cars in this specific order of preference? These are all 4-doors ranked by handling. Sure, there are faster cars out there, but when you're on a mission, handling is better than pace every time. So once you've lifted one of those, and the casino or the pier tends to be the best place to track them down, go to the mod shop, which you can find in your interaction menu or on the map as LS Customs. Swap out the colours, do not purchase any upgrades like I did, just swap the colours and the rims, and voila, you now have a personal vehicle. Next up, we get asked to visit a mission marker, last team standing in this case. Head over, walk into the marker and wait while the tutorial plays out, around about 90 seconds or so. Then once the job pops up, just exit. At this point, I also recommend popping to the LS Car Meet 2 near the southeast of the map. That'll quieten down a few additional calls as well. While we're doing memberships, we should also head to the casino. Once you've got the opening cutscene and briefing out the way, head to the desk and grab a membership for $500. Then immediately go to the exchange desk near the prize wheel, or the chocolate wheel in Australia, and collect the visitor bonus to cash in your chips. We receive $5,000 in chips with the membership and receive a daily visitor bonus of $1,000, so that makes a quick profit of $550 of in-game cash. And don't forget to bank it too. So, where are we? That's about the 3/4 of an hour mark. We've got around 13 grand and have cleared the basics and have a vehicle. We shouldn't receive too many more annoying calls for the tutorial stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, ULP, Wrong, Lester, and the others will ping us regularly, but not Lamar, Gerald, or Simeon. Next up, we're going to rail through a couple of challenges. These won't make us a lot of money immediately, but will pay off before the end of the day, starting with the treasure hunt. So with any luck, you should have received a cryptic email with a picture on it. What we want to do is head to the location marked on the map and look for where that picture was taken. Now, I won't go through each location here, as the game will randomly pick from 20 locations, but all you have to do is go to the location shown in the email, listen for a ringing, then walk up to the clue and investigate it. As soon as you've cleared one clue, an email with the next one will pop up. There's 4 clues in total, including the starter, and once you've collected all the clues, you'll be able to uncover the location of the double action revolver. Grab that one, and this part of the challenge done. Next up, we're going to do a couple of once-off challenges side by side. Now, I filmed these in the wrong order, so forgive the day-night shenanigans, but they really should be done turnabout. We want to start by heading to this location on the map. It's a bit out in the sticks, but it's worth the drive. Wander up to the marker and you'll receive a notification. This starts the Maude bounty hunting questline, but there's quite a delay between assignments, so that means it's slasher time. Start by heading here on the map, go around the back of the diner and take a look at the bloody handprint on the back of this lean-to, and that starts the slasher serial killer questline. By this time you should have received an email from Maude with your first bounty. Head to the rough location on the map, jump out and start hunting for the target. Listen for bells for a clue to their precise location. And once you've found them, pop them in the legs. We want to injure them but not fatally wound them, so if they start getting stroppy, more leg shots or lower body shots are the go. Once you've hit them and they're back up, they'll surrender and start to follow you. Jump back in your car, wait for them to join you, then drive back to Maude's to drop them off. Each one you return alive will net you 10 grand. If you accidentally kill one though, don't worry too much, you'll still get 5. While we wait another bounty from Maude, we might as well get the second clue in the slasher mystery done. So over to the back of this barn and investigate the machete embedded near the opening. With any luck, Maude will have sent you another email by the time you found that one. Head off to the last known location and bring the poor fella in for another few grand. Okay, so while Maude's getting her act together, let's head over to the Sandy Shores airstrip where we can find another slasher clue. Check your emails for another message from Maude, then head off to collect the next runner and return them to Maude's little holding pen. Looks like Maude has her hands full for a moment, so off to the 4th slasher clue, this time time on the side of this farm factory. And by the time we're done there, Maude should have another one, so you know the routine. And on to the last stop for the slasher clues. This one can move around a bit, but we're looking for a van. Locations are in the description below. And the final bounty for Maude should now be in your inbox, so head over, grab them, and return as normal. Right, time to take care of the slasher. So if it's getting on in the day in-game, head to the Sandy Shores airstrip again. We're picking this location because it's open. We want to arrive between 7 PM and 4 AM in-game. If it's outside those times, move to the final step of the Maude challenge, then come back. But assuming it's between 7 PM and 4 AM in-game when you arrive, jump out of your car, pull your weapon, and start pacing up and down the runway. Eventually, the slasher will make an appearance. Pop him and collect the Navy Revolver along with an easy 50k or so. And with any luck, you'll now have a notification about a stash one of the bail jumpers had and a new marker on the map. Head over, and it may be a little tricky to get there, but head over and you'll find a chest, and in that chest will be a stone hatchet. Well, that was an epic couple of hours, and with any luck, you're sitting on just shy of 150 grand, but it's time to crank that bank balance into overdrive. Each of the weapons we've acquired over the last little bit has their own challenge attached to them, and each of those challenges comes with a tidy little payout. So let's head back to the city, and while we're on our way, if you spot an SUV with a squarish looking tailgate, grab it. Head to Sheb's, which you can find here, and let's back the SUV up. Now it's time to get a bit glitchy. At the time of recording, this worked on all platforms too. So once you've backed the SUV up, hop out and climb on its roof, then head to the back of the vehicle, and you can see why we needed the boxy tailgate here. Spin the camera and turn around and jump. And with any luck, you'll have wall glitched into the awning. This is brilliant because this type of wall glitch allows you to shoot out, but it does not allow people to shoot in, essentially making this a god mode spot. Now, I normally wouldn't endorse these kind of shenanigans, but we're in an invite-only lobby, there's no one else here, and we're going for NPCs, so no harm, no foul. Bring up your weapon wheel and cycle through to the double action revolver. Position yourself near the front of the awning where you can get a good line, but be sure to keep your character's entire mesh inside the awning. If anything peeks out, you'll be vulnerable. Dropping into first-person view can help immensely with this. Then start blasting. We need to get 50 headshots with the double action revolver to complete the GTA Online challenge and earn an additional $250,000. Rightio, one challenge down, 2 to go. Let's swap to the Navy Revolver next. Now with this one, it's just 50 kills, and to be honest, GTA's Navy Revolver doesn't have the same kick as a double action, so headshots will be helpful, but anything you hit will be a win. Now at some point during this exercise, you'll likely run out of bullets. When that happens, open your interaction menu, head down to the infantry, ammo, pistol ammo, then stock up. Don't worry about buying all at this point. Once we're through the 50 kills, and this might take a minute, but once we're through the 50 kills, an additional 200 grand cash will be handed to us. So let's just quickly deposit that. And once your warrant has been cleared, swap to the stone hatchet for the last of the weapon challenges. Now, as it turns out, the cops will only be able to detect you while you're shooting. So if we hang tight for a few moments without attacking anyone, the 5-star warrant will likely have been cleared, which is an achievement unlock and a bunch of RP. So once the warrant's cleared, drop down from the awning and swap views if you're keen. Make your way to a populated area, somewhere in a city or near the beach, then start wailing on people with the hatchet. Now you will drop into rampage mode, and for those who've used Bullshark Testosterone or played using Trevor in GTA 5 story mode, kind of know what's going on here. While this ability is active, you'll have more stamina, more strength, and essentially more health. But don't worry about it running out. Any kills still count as long as they're with the stone hatchet. Once you've sorted 25 people, an additional 250 grand will be dropped into your account, which should bring us somewhere just shy of 850 with any luck. Well, it's been a heck of a ride so far, so let me know how long it took to get here down in the comments below. I'm hoping around 5 hours or so, 6 at the outside. Anyway, get up, have a stretch, have a walk around, head to the restroom, and then get ready for the next bit of grinding. Next up, we're going to do a bit of a tour for the map, and for that we're going to need to be airborne, so it's time to grab a chopper. There are 2 really reliable places to grab a helicopter in GTA Online and story mode for that matter, but mainly online. The first is the airstrip north of the Alamo Sea, here. Typically it's on the helipad or just off the runway. The second is at the marina in Los Santos around the southern part of the map. Again, I won't go through all 50 of the jammers here, but there's a link to a guide in the description below. So let's grab a chopper and get rolling. Now I'm using a compendium on the other screen, Map Genie's GTA 5 maps. They're not a sponsor or anything, but they have a fantastic mapping system for GTA 5 and GTA Online, and they're free to tier is more than enough for most people. There's a link to their site below. Again, not a sponsor, I just use their service a fair bit. Anyway, the next hour and a half is going to consist of you finding each signal jammer, then shooting it with your sidearm. You'll also get quite good at crashing choppers and finding new ones. This is a little slower than, say, with a Mark II oppressor or a homing launcher, but it's a damn sight cheaper too. Just leave the ones in Fort Zancudo, the prison, and the top of Vinewood Hills relay station until last, because they're utter bricks. But as usual, full guides are linked in the description below. But with a spot reward of $2,000 per jammer and a first time completion bonus of 150 grand, that just added another 250,000 to the kitty. And with expenditure, we should be just shy of our first mil. Right, one more challenge and we're nearly there. I know this is a bit of a long day, but it will be worth it, I promise. So this time we're heading to the movie studio here. Once you arrive, head up the stairs and into the Corona. We'll get a quick cutscene and a briefing and then receive our assignment. Retrieve a bunch of Solomon's stolen movie props. This one's fairly straightforward. For every prop we return, we get $10,000 and at the end, there's another bonus. So we have 7 static props to collect. And again, using Map Genie's GTA 5 maps is a bit of a helper here. The first one is just around the corner, actually, behind the dustbin on the left-hand side of the stairs as you're coming out of Solomon's office. So grab that. Now at this point, you can either return it and each one following, or you can just hang on to them until the end. Regardless, whenever you do return them, your reward is given in cash, so don't forget to bank your money. The great thing about these is once you have them, you have them. So even if your character is wasted immediately after retrieving a prop, which will happen, it remains in your inventory. So first one's near the trash can next to Solomon's office. Second one is in the dressing room at Vanilla Unicorn, which is GTA's very own exotic dancing club. You'll need to buy a private dance to get into the VIP area, which leads out the back. The next one can be found in the gents room in the casino. If you live in an area where access to this is restricted, you may need to use a VPN to play for this round, if that's allowed. Off to the hippie camp next, where it can be found on top of the decorated concrete artwork. Number 5 is on the porch of an abandoned homestead off the Route 68 approach, and the next 2 are kind of pricks to get to. Number 6 is located in the security checkpoint at the base of the control tower in Fort Zancudo. This is controlled airspace and the military staff get very upset when you pop in for a visit. And the next one is on the altar at the Altruist camp in the foothills near the west coast. These boys get awful feisty, and once you collect this one, head back to the office and drop any of the props you're holding off. The next 3 are kind of mobile and might take a bit of time to pop up, so it might be worth grabbing a coffee so you've got something while you wait. The first mobile one typically puts around Textile Alley, the bridge, or Lester's Textile Factory, sort of around here-ish. Keep an eye out for a flash on your mini-map and a blue dot. That's our target. Once you've spotted them, take out any hostiles, grab the van and drive it back. The penultimate prop can be found in the Observatory car park, the fruit stand park, or at the Epsilon Institute. Same drill, just sort out any spectators, grab the van and drop it off. And the final prop can be found in the back of this busted old Rebel, which normally spawns somewhere around here. Quick warning though, these boys get really stroppy. And with that one dropped off, head back to the movie lot for your final round of 10 grand. Now, after about 60 seconds or so, Solomon will ping you a message. Head into Solomon's office, investigate the box, at which point you'll be booted from the office wearing this swanky outfit and have another 50 grand in cash, making the exercise worth about 150 grand all up, minus the cost of some ammo. Now, let me just grab some clothes so I can change. Okay, on to the final and mercifully short exercise for the day. At some point today, you may have received a call from Simeon along with an unskippable cutscene. After that, we received a text message with a list of cars to grab. And every now and then we'll borrow a car and a message will pop up about us going to Los Santos Customs. There's around 20 different cars that it could be, and there's a link with all of the cars in the description below. The list resets every real world day and you receive your next round of potentials 24 real world hours after you've delivered something from the current list. But typically you'll find at least one of these vehicles in one of 4 places: the casino car park, the hotel car park, and either of the Vespucci beach car parks, so either the pier or the overflow park. Once you know what you're looking for, you'll also see some vehicles on your daily list kind of putting around town, so if you spot one, just grab it there. Regardless, when you see the Simeon message pop up top left, lose your wanted level if you have one, and head to LS Customs. And those don't have to be mutually exclusive. Drive to the mod shop and pay for any repairs, then change your vehicle's colour. This can be anything because it doesn't cost and it doesn't make a difference to the value of the car. So this is a great time to experiment with color combinations and finishes. Once you're done there, you'll be booted from the mod shop. Open up your map and look for an S near the docks, set a marker and head over. Now we want to take it easy here. The car needs to arrive in pristine condition. Any knocks, bumps or scratches will reduce the value. Oh, and you can shortcut the trip by ducking onto the wrong side of the road as you approach the port, then cut through the loading lanes. As you approach the warehouse, there's no corona or marker, so you have to look for the right roller door. We're pitching for loading bay 3, which is this beat up old warehouse with the reddish finish. Gently roll in and there's a super quick cutscene and you'll be booted back out to the world with anything up to 20 grand or so in your pocket, which we'll need to bank. And with that, we're cracking our first mill comfortably, in fact. That's one heck of a first day. We've completed the prologue in GTA 5 story mode, may or may not have completed repossession, created a new character in GTA Online, beat Lamar in a race, retrieved some gear for Gerald, purchased some clothes, robbed a store, become a member of the casino, done a treasure hunt, collected Maude's bail jumpers, sorted the slasher, killed a lot of NPCs, found every signal jammer on the map, returned Solomon's movie props and found a car for Simeon to export. Sweet merciful crap, today has been dense. In our next exciting installment, we'll be catching up with Dax, Luchadora, Franklin, Amani and Dre. We'll also be making a couple of new characters, bringing in around $3 million and spending up a bit, ready for the big push to 10 million cash. Before you go, just a quick reminder about the competition. Once this series is finished, we'll be giving away the account, complete with at least 10 mil, weapons, cars, businesses, the whole box and dice. To be eligible for the competition prize, you simply need to write a comment on each of the videos in the series. Doesn't have to be much, just something to let the Old Grumpy Gamers team know you've been there. So if you've not commented on the previous video, jump on, have a look and leave a message. Same goes for this one. And hey, if you feel like tweeting something, giving a thumbs up or having a proper conversation, have at it. But to be eligible to win a clean $10 million GTA Online account, at least one comment on each video in the series. Details, terms and conditions can be found on oldgrumpygamers.com. So sub to the channel and switch on notifications to make sure you don't miss the weekly release and your chance to win that 10 mil account. We also do weekly updates, buyer's guides and other tips and tricks, so I promise you won't be wasting your time. And thanks for watching. Stay safe, wash your hands, and we'll see you in the next video.